Hi, I am Archaea 0. Welcome to my channel. Now that the awkward part is done, hello! I have kind of a weird video that I wanted to film because this has been on my brain a lot and I wanted to pick your brains about it, and it's sort of stuck with me, and it's something that I've experienced myself, and it might be something that you've never really considered before, or maybe you have. I looked online and I couldn't find a specific word for it, so I'm just gonna call it, oh, excuse me, third-person obsession mentality. If that makes sense to you, I'll explain it. So, I feel like a lot of this is something that people talk about, in a way, part in idolizing celebrities, or like people like very popular Twitch streamers, or very talented popular artists and whatnot, or authors, anything really, especially when it comes to ideal industries to work in. And I feel like a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about what that work is really like. And so they get this idea in their head where they see themselves doing this beautiful thing, and then when they actually start doing it, they realize that they kind of hate the work that it takes to get to a point where they think they want to be. And I feel like a lot of people fall into these obsessions and end up wasting a lot of their own time and resources. And while I think it's totally okay to try a bunch of different things, a lot of people, I find, freak out when they don't get what they want. Oh gosh, or when they have expectations about what an industry is like, and it all falls flat once they start seeing the behind the scenes, or when they see what it takes, or when they see that it isn't everything that they dreamed it would be. For example, I mean, you know, this specific Twitch streamer that I won't name, but here. Yeah, so that is one example. I guarantee she saw this industry and she was like, man, look at all these people getting all these subs and they're doing so well, and I can just hang out and make all this money. I'm an attractive person. I got this in the bag. This is gonna be my dream job. Like, no, it's not true. Or like people who idolize people like J.K. Rowling. Like, okay, so she wrote Harry Potter. Oh, I'm gonna write a novel series, and I'm gonna make millions of dollars, and they're gonna make movies based on my books, and like they just have this glamorized idea of what it is, and then when they actually sit down, they can't even write down 10 words on a page, which is hard. It's really hard. Trust me, I know. I've written many books. And like I said, I've been trapped in a lot of this, and I don't really go anywhere with a lot of it. And I feel like this is becoming a bigger problem with social media, because everything is glamorized, and you only really see stuff that's on the surface. I'm so thirsty. Oh. But anyways, a lot of people get very obsessed with popularity, with amazing talent, quality content, just being known. A lot of people get this absolute obsession, and they feel like maybe if I just do this, everything will be fixed. They idolize like videos, seeing people like drawing, and they're in this pretty room with all their plants, and it's so serene, and the music is nice, but then they don't think about the like 20 years that that person put behind this to get where they are, and they think that they can just do it overnight. It's painful to watch. And then they get upset when they don't have success. Oh man, tea is so good. And this is something that I feel affects a lot of people, and it hurts a lot of people. A lot of people get dragged into it. And I don't know. I feel like it definitely fills up a lot of numbers and places that people work their whole lives towards, because they get this idea that they can do something and that it just happens, but it doesn't. And it's tricky. because people have to fall before they can learn to get up. Obviously, you gotta get a couple failures in before you figure out what really works. But it can get so toxic, and it can be such a painful environment for people. And I just don't understand how a lot of them can keep up with it. So my light is flickering a little. And so they get obsessed, and they spend a lot of time watching these people, inadvertently giving those people that work really hard what they want out of viewers. They want a lot of viewership. They want those clicks. They want those followers. And you obsess over them. And that gives them what they want. And I'm not saying don't follow people that are successful. Do it. I mean, they're obviously putting out content that people like. But you can't compare yourself to them and be upset when you're not the epitome of what that person is. And it's unfortunate to see, because I'm in a lot of like groups with people that talk about this kind of stuff, and I've talked to a lot of people that talk about how they don't feel like they're able to do it, but they envisioned it in their heads so clearly what they want, but they can't seem to articulate what they want to do to get there, or they can't quite figure out how to get where they want to be. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate, because a lot of people out there, really, if they are able to sit down and focus on it, they could get what they want. Just about anybody can do whatever they want, but not everybody can have the success as, let's say, Ninja, or Pokimane, or anybody in this industry. It's a few people doing incredibly well. Like Asmongold, for example, hasn't been on stream for a while now. I can almost guarantee you that when he logs back in again, if he decides to come back, he's gonna have numbers. Like, the dude needed a break. Give him a break. But like, he's like, those people are special exceptions. There are people that millions of people have their eyes on. You know what I mean? A lot of people. They have a lot to fall back on. They can do kind of what they want. And that gives a lot of people this idea that, like, oh, if I just log in and I'm just myself and I just do whatever I want all the time, it's just going to come to me. It doesn't work that way. And obviously, if you do this and you want to be comfortable with it, you got to do stuff you enjoy, but you've got to kind of do it in a way that it will attract people to you. I'm not super good at it, I'll admit. This is just a ramble video about some thoughts, because I myself have been trapped in this mentality, definitely, at some points in my life. I don't really feel like I'm in it as much right now because I'm financially stable and I'm spending a lot of my time on hobbies, and I'm just legitimately happy to be there. But I've definitely felt that sting where I wish I could be more. And it's not healthy. It stresses me out. It's not something that I want to do. It sucks, to be straight. You know. Life is weird, my dudes. And I think that the more people that are very successful, the less stressed out people will be about it, because there will be more examples of people that made it. But it's also hard for more people to be incredibly successful in specific things. Like, there's tons of successful people, but if you idolize someone enough, you're not going to do anything unique. You're going to end up emulating a lot of their behavior. You're going to end up emulating a lot of what they do. And it might not even necessarily be on purpose. It could be a total accident because it's what you're used to seeing. But they're going to go to that person for that thing. You definitely have to be your own thing. You know what I mean? And push it, and push it, and push it, and push it, probably for years. Years. You know, they say it takes 5,000 hours to master something. I believe it. I totally believe that. And a lot of people just don't see the numbers right away. They get upset, and then they lose faith in their dream. And it's upsetting because most good things take a decent amount of time. And the way that the internet consumes content so quickly. You gonna knock my peanuts over? But the internet consumes content so quickly. Stuff that happened 2 days ago doesn't matter anymore. Especially when you look at things like the drama community. I do not want to touch that at this current moment. But I feel like a lot of people, when they get this third-person obsessive mentality, they need to really sit down and consider what truly makes them happy and what they're just idealizing in their head. Because there's so many things that you can do, and if you just see something and you think, oh, this looks easy, and it looks like you can make a lot of money, and you can have some fun doing it, that's not necessarily what's going to work for you. So I guess you do really have to try a bunch of different things, but don't get heartbroken when you don't have the success of Ninja. You know what I mean? Like that, he's an outlier. The numbers have gone down a lot since he's moved to Mixer, I'll be honest, significantly. But he's still very successful. Mixer probably paid him a lot of money to become Mixer exclusive. A lot of money. A lot of money. And that's fine. He streams to less people. Still has his money. Still a very unique situation. And so, that's not gonna be you. You're not gonna be Ninja. You can be you, though. You can totally be you. Whoever you are watching this video. It's just finding out how to make you happy and successful at the same time. And get rid of this third-person obsessive mentality where you completely envision yourself doing something. Because when you have an end and you have no idea how you're going to get there, it does kind of become a problem when there is no guarantee that you're going to get there. Things are going to change along the way. You're going to evolve differently, and your outcome is probably going to turn out rather different. And that's just life. Welcome to life, unfortunately. So I don't know, I had some thoughts in my head, and this has been something that's been stuck in my brain for a long time, and I really wanted to just get it out there, to just try and work on the things that make you happy. But if you really want to turn it into a business, research on how to make it profitable. Like, I watch channels like Alpha Gaming, I listen to like everything Devin Nash has to say because he's just like amazing. Ashney Christ is very motivational. I'd say those are like the 3 top channels that I listen to when it comes to motivating me to doing stuff in my own way, and not even necessarily just for Twitch or YouTube, because I don't think I'm gonna make it huge, and that's okay. I've got my little community that I absolutely adore, and if it grows, then it grows. If it doesn't, I'm still happy, and I have other work, and it's fine. You know? Not to say you're wrong, but these are my thoughts. And I guess I'll see you in the next video, maybe a week from now. Maybe less, maybe more. I don't know. I don't have a schedule yet. So, yeah, I'll see you around.